I do like that hoes.
Welcome to 2020. America as we knew it is gone. The wholesome values we used to live by are under attack. And our right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness are at stake. In this video, I want to ask one question. Why? Why are we so unhappy as a nation? Why can't we stop fighting? Why is it that when I walk down the street, I see everyday people getting along, but every time I open up my phone, it's nothing but division? Why is it all of a sudden shameful to be proud of my country? Why has it become progressive to shame the land your fathers and your grandfathers and your mothers and your grandmothers and your great-grandparents have fought for? They sacrificed for. They died for this. Why are we trying to rewrite history? Why are we trying to forget where we came from? Why can't we see how far we've come? Why do we judge our nation by the acts of a few? Why? Why do we rise up in anger for some, but we ignore others? Why do we allow ourselves to live in constant fear? Why do we allow the powerful to control the masses? Why in the hell do we allow them not only to strip us of our freedoms, but to make us fight over what that freedom means? Why are we only allowed to get one side of the story? Why do we not get to decide the information that we receive? Why are some voices promoted and others are silenced? Why? I'll show you.
To change the perception of reality of every American to such an extent that despite of the abundance of information, no one is able to come to sensible conclusions in the interests of defending themselves, their families, their community, and their country. It's a great brainwashing process which goes very slow.
Never waste a good crisis.
You never want a serious crisis to go to waste.
And that there will be a challenge to the coming administration in the arena of infectious diseases, both chronic infectious diseases in the sense of already ongoing disease, and we have certainly a large burden of that, but also there will be a surprise outbreak.
As the world struggles to contain the new virus, a new speculation from the Chinese scientists who believe it may have originated at a research facility not far from the Wuhan fish market. While they say more research needs to be done to find solid proof, such labs are known to contain disease-ridden animals, including hundreds of bats.
If someone had said to you in December that by April, millions of people all over the world would be infected with a mysterious new virus that has no vaccine, you'd think they were talking about a Hollywood script. It's happened so fast, it almost doesn't seem real.
Breaking developments in the coronavirus pandemic. The death toll rising in the U.S., more than 60 dead.
Doctors on the front lines in Italy with an ominous warning tonight, calling this the apocalypse and telling the world to get ready.
Well, most of us have never lived through anything like this.
No one is immune to the COVID-19 virus. It threatens all of us.
A new normal.
A new normal.
It is a new normal.
You may be having dinner with a waiter wearing gloves, maybe a face mask. Dinner where the menu is disposable, where your temperature is checked before you walk in
a new normal.
Establishing some kind of new normal. We can embrace the new normals of social distancing.
Masks are becoming the new normal.
What do you think? Can schools operate under social distancing guidelines? Is that what they're going to potentially have to do as the new normal?
When we get out of the sort of new normal and get to a new normal,
just trying to cope with the new normal, this is the new normal.
Go to a restaurant, you're going to have your temperature taken before you're allowed inside to dine. So that's just possibly going to be the new normal that we see down the road.
Adjust our lives and get ready for the new normal.
This new normal is going to look very, very different.
A stepwise return to not normal, but a new normal.
Long lines for food becoming a new normal.
Dropouts or half-baked intellectuals are now occupying the positions of power in the government, civil service, business, mass media, educational system. You are stuck with them. You cannot get rid of them. They are contaminated. They are programmed to think and react to certain stimuli in a certain pattern. You cannot change their mind, even if you expose them to authentic information.
And I say, do we need to still shelter in place? Our answer is emphatically no. It's similar to the flu. If you study the numbers in 2017 and 2018, we had 50 to 60 million with the flu. And we had a similar death rate. We always have between 37 and 60,000 deaths in the United States every single year. No pandemic talk, no shelter in place, no shutting down of businesses, no sending doctors home.
Quarantining and social distancing is worse for us, you're saying?
It decreases your immune system. You can't build an immune system by, if someone has a reduced immune system, you hide them away because they can't build an immune system. If you have a normal functioning immune system, you need interaction. Of course they are, but that's from media telling them to.
South Side. These streets are home to some of the most dangerous gangs in America. Last year, there were more murders here than in any other city in the United States. Just standing on the wrong street corner can be enough to get you killed. Iceman and Rowe are guarding the streets that belong to their gang, the Black Pea Stoners.
I wouldn't stand on nobody else's corner like this.
What would happen?
Probably be some shooting. We probably wouldn't be standing right here if somebody come shooting something, you know what I'm saying?
Chirac, like Iraq, because you know they were over there shooting, bombing, and
a lot of killing out here, a lot of guns out here. It's a lot of guns out here, y'all know that.
We call it Chirac.
A lot of guns. A lot of guns out here. It's a lot of guns.
War zone.
It is a war zone. It's dying every day.
Every day.
Here or anywhere else in the country, one of the hardest things we'll ever encounter is responding to a fatal crime scene that involves children, especially babies. Among the 14 shooting victims killed by gun violence this weekend, 2 were children.
The process of demoralization is complete and irreversible.
Guess what? I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police when I can get shot anywhere.
Well, her fear isn't real. It's based on emotion, and it's not based on anything factual that she'd be able to articulate. It's just out of control behavior. I'll tell you what she faces danger, where she faces danger. It's being on the street in any American ghetto where the black-on-black crime is a bigger threat and a bigger problem in the black community than the police use of force. So the fact that they continue to focus on this aberration that is the police use of force, it's an aberration, okay? They have more fear of that than coming across a gang member or being caught in a crossfire like Dwayne Wade's niece was in the city of Chicago, pushing a baby stroller down the street, for heaven's sakes, with a baby in it, and she took shots to the head from 2 black long-time career criminals. And so that's why I said it's not based on anything real, it's based on emotion. And if they really took a look at what was going on around them, what they'd be railing against is not the police and the police use of force. The police are down there to protect good law-abiding black people, to protect and serve, but their biggest threat are criminal gangs, and it's other black males who are involved in this crime and violence in numbers that are disproportionate to their representation in the population. But of course, emotion's driving this thing, not reality.
All right.
3 officers dead, 3 wounded in Baton Rouge. A really tough day for Baton Rouge and for the country, really. I spoke to the heads of the sheriff department, the police department, and the state police down there, and they told us how their hearts were reeling. Their message is peace and coming together in the country. What's your message?
Any protests over the deaths of these cops today in Baton Rouge?
I don't know.
Any riots or protests over the police officers in Dallas, Texas?
What are you asking?
It's a pretty simple question.
I have to say there's despair and sadness and certainly a level of anger, and I'm horrified. I watched someone be murdered over 8.5 minutes. Murdered, not die, not killed, murdered. And to watch something like that is, you never forget. It's chilling. But we've seen it over and over and over again, and that's the problem. What must we do? Hold ourselves accountable.
So can I go back to, because I thought what you said was fascinating, because you called it bull when you said people can't, pull themselves up. Do you think that race plays a part in wealth distribution, or either a mindset that you can't or
Today?
cannot? Yeah.
No.
You don't?
No, I don't. You and I, we're proof. Why would race have anything to do with it? Put your mind to what you want to do and go for that. It's kind of like religion with me. It's a good excuse for not getting there.
You know, I said, and it's probably get me in trouble, but I said to some of my colleagues recently, so I know that it's an issue, but it seems like every single day on television I'm talking about race, and it's because of the news cycle, it's in the news. Sometimes I get so tired of talking about it, I want to just go, this is over, can we move on?
And if you talk about it, it exists.
Right.
While promoting his latest film, Roman J. Israel, mega movie star Denzel Washington was asked about the criminal justice system in general and how it relates to black citizens in particular. Well, his comments were sliced and diced and spread throughout the media. And the line that became the main focus is, quote, it starts with how you raise your children. If a young man doesn't have a father figure, he'll go find a father figure. So, I can't blame the system. It's unfortunate that we make such easy work for them.
The demoralization process in the United States is basically completed already. For the last 25 years. Actually, it's overfulfilled, because demoralization now reaches such areas where previously not even Comrade Andropov and all his experts would even dream of such a tremendous success. Most of it is done by Americans to Americans, thanks to lack of moral standards. As I mentioned before, exposure to true information does not matter anymore. A person who was demoralized is unable to assess true information. The facts tell nothing to him. Even if I shower him with information, with authentic proof, with documents, with pictures, even if I take him by force to the Soviet Union and show him concentration camp, he will refuse to believe it until he is going to receive a kick in his fat bottom. When a military boot crashes then he will understand, but not before that. That's the tragic of the situation of demoralization.